I don't know the thermodynamics of the water underneath, but certainly it was a lot safer over by the boys club. There seemed like there were 100 people over there skating, but in that cove over in that area, that's where we had the people fall through the ice. I don't know the details on all three. I know that on the first save, it was the APD arrived first. Officer Hogan had a rope kit he had, and he was able to throw a rope to the person. Just as the person grabbed the rope, one of our firefighters arrived and was able to assist Officer Hogan, and I think another police officer, in just pulling the person out of the hole with the rope and getting him out of the water. That was what we call a shoreline rescue. They didn't actually have to get up onto the ice. I think they were able to. So that went well. We actually this week we were doing ice rescue training, coincidentally. So that was fortunate. We use our equipment. We have a sled and Mustang suits, our water suits we wear. They were able to go out and help the person get out of the hole. So.
Do you have any advice for anyone who is thinking about skating on Spy Pond? Usually, I would imagine you get these calls a lot, especially in January and February.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, we've been lucky recent years. We haven't had too many through the ice calls. I think one thing is, not exactly sure the exact amount, so I want to be careful, but I know they say that you want to make sure the ice is at least 4 inches thick before someone's going out on the ice. How they determine that, I'm not sure, right? Secondly, is certainly on like you have to be very careful. We did have some warming, right? Remember, like we had some cold weather and some warming, some cold weather, some warming. And when you have that kind of change in weather, you definitely have to be careful, be wary. We remember the cold, but that warm weather probably helped thin that ice a little bit. The other piece of advice is make sure you're not alone, right? If you're going to go skating on a pond or something, certainly make sure you have someone with you. And certainly if they're a minor, they should never be alone. They should have adult supervision. I'd like to say never go on the ice, but that's not realistic, right? We all pond skated, right? You pond skated, I pond skated.
A lot of hockey fans, a lot of figure skating
Right.
fans, and it is Massachusetts in January.
Yeah, but just be aware, look around. I mean, we had the second person that went through the ice, we think went over to get the hockey stick of the first person who went through the ice, went over right near that hole and fell through. So there's also some common sense. That area was surprising from what I saw also was there was water on top of the ice over where the people were falling through.
Okay, so
when you see signs like that, you see some shoreline water, you see some wetness out on the ice, you see other holes in the ice, you might want to stand clear, right?